Analysis of the Auditor General's report on the Ministry of Devolution and Planning. The Auditor General has the constitutional and legal mandate to examine financial statements of all public institutions in order to determine whether public money has been spent lawfully and effectively. In this video, we will focus on the Ministry of Devolution and Planning. The spending in the Ministry of Devolution and Planning was on an upward trend from 59 billion shillings in the financial year 2013-2014 to 74 billion shillings in the financial year 2015-2016. In the financial year 2013-2014, the Ministry received a qualified opinion. This means that the Auditor General gave the Ministry a fairly positive review, but there still exist a few issues that can be easily rectified. In the financial year 2014-2015, the Ministry was split into two: the State Department of Devolution and the State Department of Planning. The State Department of Devolution received a qualified opinion, while the State Department of Planning received a disclaimer opinion. This signified the inability of the Auditor General to render an opinion due to insufficient information received from the Ministry, which may imply in part that the Ministry's expenditure was not valid. Unfortunately, in the financial year 2015-2016, both departments in the Ministry received a disclaimer opinion. Trends in total queried amounts. Queried amount refers to money that the Auditor General identifies as money or transactions that may have been done unlawfully. In the first year under review, the total amount of money queried was 48 billion shillings. This accounted for 19% of the total budget for the Ministry. In the second year under review, the total amount of money queried was 22 billion shillings. This accounted for 8% of the total budget for the Ministry. And finally, in the third year under review, the total amount of money queried was 26 billion shillings, accounting for 8% of the total budget for the Ministry. Overall findings show that there has been an upward trend in total queried amounts over the years analyzed. In the first year under review, the top three queried amounts involved failure to reconcile books of accounts, violation of financial regulations, and lack of supporting documents. While in the second year under review, amounts revolved around failure to settle pending bills, violation of financial regulations, and others. In the last year under review, the top three queried issues revolved around lack of supporting documents, failure to settle pending bills, and others. Opportunity costs. In the financial year 2013-2014, payments totaling to 4.4 billion shillings were queried. According to the Youth Enterprise Fund, the youth can access loans of up to 500,000 shillings in individual capacity. 4.4 billion shillings would have enabled over 8,000 youth access financing to grow their businesses. In the financial year 2015-2016, 2.9 billion shillings was queried as an unconfirmed transfer to other government entities. 2.9 billion shillings would have enabled 50,000 students get tuition fees for 3 years at the National Industrial Training Authority. In the same year, 35 billion shillings was queried. This would have been sufficient to fund the budget for the vulnerable persons in 2017, whose budgetary allocation at the time was 31 billion shillings.